Welcome to Temple Builders Carpentry. Temple Builders, we problem solve. Temple Builders, safety first. All right, today we're gonna be talking about different types of fastening systems, okay? Come down here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, you look right here, everybody should be familiar with this. This is a nail, right? Let's talk about the anatomy of this nail. This is a smooth shank nail, right? So this is the head of the nail, which is a flat head. This long section right here is your shank, and right here at the bottom is your point, which is a diamond point nail, okay, with a flat head. Now if you look at this 16D, because that's what it is, a 16D sinker, right? Okay, 16D sinkers are 3 1/4 inches, okay? So if you look at the head of the 16D sinker, it has a waffle pattern on it, okay? That's for your framing hammer to grip. Because, you know, your framing hammer got a milled face. Your framing hammer is a milled face hammer, right? So you want that grip on there, right? That's what that's for. All right. Now, for 16D nails, the D stands for denarius. I think it's an old Roman term that means coin or penny. So when you hear a carpenter say 16 penny, 8 penny nail, that's what he's talking about, okay? Okay, back in the days, I think it was in England, hundreds of years ago, you used to get 100 nails, right? It was priced per 100 nails, 100 nails for so many pennies, right? So these 16D, let's say we had 100 of them right here. Back in the day, it used to cost so many pennies. And let's say we had an 8D, here go an 8D right here, an 8D, which weighs lesser. It weighs lesser than a 16D, right? So the 100 of these 8D penny nails would be less than 100 of these because of the weight, okay, if y'all understand that. All right, now a nail gets its holding power, especially this smooth shank nail, from when you drive the nail into wood, right? The nail is going to compress and push aside the wood fibers, right, until it get in position. Then the wood fibers are going to spring back to its position, applying pressure to the shank of this nail. That's how it get its holding power, okay? Now, there are different types of nails. You got specialty nails, you got concrete nails, right? You got spiral shank nails, you got ring shank nails, okay? Whatever application you need to use, you got different types of nails, all right? Now let's go to another type of fastening system. That's a screw, okay? Normal basis, a screw that's the same length as this nail will have more holding capacity than this nail, than this smooth shank nail, okay? This screw will have more holding capacity, all right? Now, if you look at this screw is I believe it's a 2-inch exterior screw, okay? So it has a coating on it that is adequate for outside use, all right? Now, we're gonna move on to this next fastening system right here, which is a bolt, and this is a galvanized, hot dip galvanized carriage bolt, okay? It's for exterior use as well, all right? And it's also for heavy duty construction, and it's also for if you needed to remove your fasteners, okay? That's why you use a bolt like this, all right? Before we move on to the next fastener, I want to get y'all to understand what galvanized mean, okay? Now this is a hot dip galvanized fastener. This bolt is, you can see it's a like a rough grayish color. Now this is a electro galvanized roofing nail, okay? It's shiny, all right? So when you talk about something being galvanized, you're talking about a layer of zinc being coated, okay, around it, right? So these are two steel fastening systems with a layer of zinc around both of them, all right? It's just the process of which the zinc is bonded to the steel, okay? So this is electro galvanized, which you're using electricity to bond the zinc to the steel. And in this situation, with the hot dip galvanized, you're using molten zinc and the heat to bond the zinc to steel, okay? This one right here is more weather resistant. The hot dip galvanized is more weather resistant than the electro galvanized or electroplated. Okay, I want to make mention about the galvanized product or the galvanized fasteners, right? Right here is the electro galvanized roofing nail, right? It's hot dip galvanized carriage bolt, right? Now, of course, the hot dip galvanized, I think it's 3 layered, and this electro plated or electro galvanized is a 1 layer zinc coating, and I think this is a 3 layer hot dip galvanized is a 3 layer zinc coating. You know, if I'm leaving something out, you know, you can write in the comments if you want to, let me know. But that's what I believe. And when you're doing outside structures and outside buildings and decks and gazebos, pavilions and things of that nature, you know, some guys or some builders are good with just going with the hot dips. Definitely do not use the electro galvanized. This is not for extreme purposes like this hot dip is for. So most guys most builders are good with hot dipped fasteners as far as screws, nails, and things of that nature. But some guys don't want to use hot dip. Some guys would rather use stainless steel, and stainless steel would be your preferred fastener to use, you know, because of its weather resistant properties. You know, I still use galvanized nails, screws, and exterior screws of that nature, but stainless steel would be the preferable fastener for exterior use. Okay, let's move on from the galvanized. Okay, now right here we have staples, which is another type of fastening system. Okay, staples are used like construction, right? See, staples, they're used with light construction. You can also use staples for subfloors, paneling, sheathing. All right. Now, here's another type of fastening system. This is a sleeve anchor. All right. You look at the package. It says right there for brick, block, and concrete. All right. A sleeve anchor, something like this, you can use to put in solid concrete to hold down heavy machinery. You know what I'm saying, or large equipment. All right, now let's look at this right here. We have some wood glue, okay? Elmer's wood glue. All right, you would use something like this in conjunction with a nail, a screw, or some staples if you're doing cabinetry. Okay, you want to put some glue on your joint, right, and use either this type of fastener, stapler, this type of fastener, which is screw, or a nail. Okay, now this is just a little quick little peek at different types of fasteners. Now I want to talk a little bit more about your nails and screws. Okay, now this is 16D sinker right here. It is coated with a vinyl coating, right? So when you drive it in the wood, the vinyl coating lubricates, right, to help it easily go in. And once it's in position, you know, and cools down, then the coating on this 16D sinker acts as glue. Okay. Now, this is a 16D sinker, and this is a 8D. This is an 8D sinker. This is 2 3/8 inches long. Okay. These are two of the most common names you will hear carpenters tossing around. 16D, 8D. These are used for rough carpentry. Now, these nails are not to be used for outside use because they don't have no protective coating on it, like galvanized zinc or anything like that. You know, hot dip galvanized. Okay, so I've seen many guys use sinkers to build decks and outside structures. If you use this sinker to build a deck or any outside structure, it's going to corrode. Okay, it's going to corrode. It's going to rust. You see, because of the pressure treated lumber that you will be using. Okay, the pressure treated lumber has certain chemicals in there, particularly copper, that causes a galvanic reaction and causes your nails that's not protected, nails or screw that's not protected, to corrode faster. Okay, now I want to show you the difference between, okay, you got right here these two type of nails right here. This is a 8D sinker, and this is a 8D common nail. Usually common nails, the shanks are a little bit more thicker in diameter, okay? And they use for more heavier construction than the sinkers are, okay? So, but basically both of them still got the same type of coating on these nails, okay? Which now a sinker nor a common nail should be used for exterior use, okay? These type of nails should only be used for interior framing. You know, you building a house, you building the walls of a house, okay? The house is gonna be covered up, you know, with sheathing and siding and roof and stuff like that. So these nails will not be in direct contact with the elements. All right. So let me show you some more of these fasteners over here that I got. Okay, these are two 8D penny nails, right? Says it right here on the box. Here's the 8D common nail. It's called a bright. Okay, they both have similar coatings on it. Now one of these nails is used for exterior use, okay? Now the common, right, like I said before, the commons are a little bit thicker along the shank than the sinkers are, okay? That's when you want to do a little bit more heavier construction, right? So the common nails are 2.5 inches long, and the 8Ds are 2 3/8 inches long, all right? Now one of these nails is to be used for exterior use. And the box is telling you a whole lot. If you go to your neighborhood home improvement store, you see right here on the box, it says right there for construction, carpentry, and framing. It got right here, it got studs, headers, right here in this picture. You know what I'm saying? It's telling you all the information on this box. And you turn the box around to the back. Let me read this off. What it says exactly. It says, should not be used in treated lumber. Should not be used where surface rust is unacceptable, okay? Just look at your boxes, all right? Then you got to get the right nail for the right application. The common says the same thing. These common nails, 8D, bright, should not be used in treated lumber, okay? I wouldn't even use these in cedar wood, right? Cedar has natural properties that basically preserves the wood, okay, and makes it weather resistant, and also resistant to insects. You know, some like red cedar. Okay, I wouldn't even use common nails or sinkers in that. No exterior use for common nor sinkers. You need to get you a hot dipped galvanized fastener. Okay, we're gonna move on. Right here, look right here. What we got right here? Just going over some different fasteners, nails and screws. These are sheetrock screws, okay? See, these sheetrock screws right here. These screws are used for drywall screws, number 6, 1 5/8. If you look on the picture again, you see drywall, you see tape. Okay, right here on the box for attaching gypsum board, okay, to wood studs. And you look on the back of here, you got a phosphate coated. Should not be used in treated lumber. Okay, I've seen a lot of so-called carpenters using interior fasteners on exterior work, and that's not quality. That's not Temple Builders way. Okay, let's move on. Now here's a nail that if you're a carpenter, you're gonna come acquainted with too. This is a big one though. This is a finish nail. Okay. This is a finish nail right here. It also is a bright. Interior use. This for hanging trim. You see the small head on there. Got a little dimple on the tip of the head right there. That's for you when you can get ready to set your nail in the wood. All right. Finish nail. All right. Look at your boxes. Okay. Look at that. Says it right there on the box for trim and fine finishing work. Then you got the picture right there. Says the same thing on the back, not for treated lumber. All right. Now let's go on to some more. Right here, we have these are 7/8 roofing nail. Says on the box, 7/8 roofing nail. It also says electro galvanized, like I said before. But if you look at it, it says should not be used in treated lumber again. And it also says should not be used where surface rust is unacceptable. All right, now roofing nails you use on shingles. Shingles are exposed, but the shingles cover up the nail, okay? Even though this is protected to a degree, electro-galvanized, but the roofing nail is not going to be directly exposed to the elements, okay? Because it's covered up by the shingles, all right? So that's why I was telling you the difference about electro-galvanized and hot dip galvanized. If you're going to use any type of fastener that's going to be exposed to the elements, you want to use hot dipped galvanized fastener, even either a bolt, a nail, screw, or whatever, okay? Here goes something. Let me take this one out right here. Now this is construction screws, okay? Number 8, okay? 5/8, all right? And a lot of times what you need to do too, you need to know how long your screws are, what's the diameter of your screws, you know, how wide the head is, how, you know, and you gotta know what's the thickness of the pieces that you're putting together. You know, pieces of wood that you're putting together. You don't want your screws busting out of the back of your wood. You don't want your nails busting out of the back of the wood, so you got to put all this together. These called construction screws, right? Okay, it said for use in any non-structural construction project. And look at the front. It got like some cabinetry there. So obviously this telling me I shouldn't use this on no framing, right? But look at the head. Look at the head or the slot of the screw. It's like a 6-pointed star. So you had to get you some type of specialty bit that's gonna fit that slot right there. Okay, all this gotta be taken in mind when you're doing your project. All right. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. Now these screws right here are called. These are self-tapping screws. Okay. Let's say you're doing commercial work, right, where they got a lot of metal framing. You'll use something like this. It don't want to be this small probably, but you might use this small and this length and longer. Okay. So this screw right here, if you look at the point of that screw, you know that's a unique point right there. What it is, it drills its own threads, okay, into your metal members. Okay. So no drilling required. Okay, self-tapping screws. You got 2 types that I'm familiar with, which is self-drilling screws and self-piercing screws. Okay, these screws right here are for lath screws. Okay, now, all right. Now here's something that you can use on for exterior projects. Okay, exterior screws right here on the box. It's simple. Okay, this for your DIYers. You know what I'm saying? And even for your carpenters too that don't know what's going on. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna say it again. I be seeing a lot of carpenters using interior screws, sinkers, common nails to build decks. Okay, that's not long lasting. All right, let's go to this. These some 2-inch exterior screws. Said right here on the box for outdoor projects, including decks. Okay, so that means that this screw here has a type of weather protective coating on it. All right, see that has something. More than likely, it's some type of zinc coating, or it might maybe be something else. You know, I'm not an expert, but you know. Now, look on the back of this box to even check. It says here on the back, for use on exterior applications and with all treated lumber. Okay, it says with all treated lumber. So something like this you can use on treated lumber because it is not going to rust or corrode as fast as a sinker or a common. All right. So, all right, you like this content? I want you to hit the like button. All right. You really like this content? I want you to subscribe. Okay. Now, I also want you to hit the notification bell to keep these videos keep pumping out. All right. We finna push temple builders up. All right. So I need you to become my apprentice. All right. Temple builders.